Right, okay. This is about our series of mentioning and explaining some of our interesting papers we published in Global Psychiatry Archives. And in this paper, it might not be of interest for everybody, but if you have ever interest in using a scale or developing a scale or validating a scale, I think this would be a very good paper to look at. And Yasir Arafat has published a few papers in our journal, and he developed a scale or adapted a scale from parenting style and dimension questionnaire. And this questionnaire was adapted and validated in Bangladesh, and the validation was done at 3 schools in Dhaka city, and there were 349 parents who used the scale. And the interesting part is that all the statistical methods which would have been used, like Cronbach's alpha for internal consistency, Varimax rotation for checking the consistency of different items to each other, and the extraction of factors which are authoritative, authoritarian, and permissive. And these dimensions were then used in the questionnaire. The questionnaire is available. I'll show you this in a second. So let's say that way, this is a study and was ethically approved. So you really study how it should be done, and these are the the parenting questioning in English. So it was a self-reported questionnaire. Questionnaire was distributed and brought back. So some of these, sympathy when the child is hurt or frustrated. So these items, so it's 60 items. And, some of the items go to different factors. So there is an authoritative domain. There is a more authoritarian domain. So, let's say that way, an example, I spank the children when children is disobedient, or permissive domains, I find difficult to discipline our children. Okay, and some of the items were then merged because they're very similar and correlated very much. And so this was then adapted, and the result is a new, more or less a new scale, which we have been publishing. These are the samples of the parents in different age groups. It was not about the patient, about the children, but about the educational behavior of the parents. So these are the parents and their occupations. So they're quite normally distributed, nothing special. And then the different domains questions, match to different domains. And the Cronbach's alpha was quite good, and that's for different types of subscales. So that's quite impressive. So rotation is a bit complicated. I don't want to mention that. And this is eventually then the scale with 35 items after merging the scale and using the statistical methods which were applied, in my view, very appropriately. I can't read that, but we have translated it, and some people from Bangladesh have checked whether the text is correct. So these are the items, and so nothing left but to congratulate Dr. Professor Arafat about his paper and about the scale. And if someone wants to develop a scale or even use this scale, they're very welcome. The paper is published in Global Psychiatry Archives. And if you want to have a look at this journal, it's www.globalpsychiatry.co.uk. All the articles are open access. Thanks for your interest, and goodbye then.